Hello and welcome to Planet Zoo. My name is Ezilii and today we're going to talk about making paths and hopefully not growing any gray hair because of it. Alrighty, first up, let's talk about something called, well, your options. One of them, spacebar. What that does is that turns on your angle snap. It's right down here. You could click it or your spacebar. Perfect. We've also got a 90-degree angle that will snap to it. And you can go all the way down to 0. Length, fairly obvious. We could just cover a lot of terrain here. And there. Oh no, I don't know what happened there. I'm Control Zing to delete all this, by the way, if you haven't discovered that Control Z works in this game. Many games it doesn't work. You've also got your camera options. We could follow a path freely. This one's just gonna stay where we put it. I can make this pathway appear, and my camera doesn't move. If I tell it to follow, now my camera is following the path that I'm placing down. Follow camera and center. What it should do is it should always center the camera. Center, like this piece here that's wiggling is kind of centered on my screen. The connection. And of course, follow. Camera will rotate. If you do it enough, it's just going to make you sick. But it's handy when you have to go, say, up a mountain that you created. Okay. Let's dive into actually making a path. So this is a franchise park. I started fresh. I killed my other zoo, and we're gonna use this as all tutorials and hopefully have some playthrough while we wait for beta because I'm sure gonna miss this. I'm selecting grid, and what I'm doing is I'm taking a grid from the 4-meter piece, and what that's gonna let me do is it's gonna let me. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn this off. It's gonna let me then continue this path. Now, say I want to change this, I could just change it to be wood. Perfect. Or the trees. Just place it how you wish. I mean, you could even do this and have like some pattern here. I don't know what the pattern is yet, but it's certainly a pattern. Mixed materials, right? Give your park a nice little aesthetic. So, first step, select grid. It's gonna let you make this connection. Next step, squared edges. So what squared edges are going to do is it's going to allow us to make that, which is pretty nice. When I turn off the select grid and I adjust my width down here in the width slider, I should potentially be able to grab this with an open end. Now that's probably a little too long, but for our purposes, we're gonna leave this just like this. If I hold down the Z key, what it should do is it should find its own angle, and I'll show you where that's helpful here in 1 second. So the Z key is squaring that off. Or I have this. So this is without the Z. pretty straightforward. But sometimes you need the Z key to straighten something out, whereas the game doesn't want to do it naturally. So we're going to go ahead and make that guy. So now we have a little teardrop. Not too bad. Let's elevate this. So one of the beautiful things about this game is that I can elevate this path. We've got a couple of choices. You've got your U button. And then you've got your J button, which will go down. So U would be up, J to go down. Now let's do this for real. And look at how like, oh no, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This is the struggle of everyone that's ever gonna play this. Now this might actually be a bug, how it's like squirreling like that, because I already have this here. Maybe not. But that's never done that in Planet Coaster. So, cool. Let's keep it 8. Well, let's only go 2 lengths. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a lift, so to speak. Because I want it to elevate and be above the animals. Although I might want to align grid to this. Where's this grid finding us? What we might do is then build downward. And go down. I just used the J key and now I have a platform. And you could stand here and see all the animals. So we talked about, let's review. We talked about our angle snap, our length, our camera options, our width, assigned to grid, and square, or yeah, aligned to grid, and our square edges. These guys in here tell us all kinds of actions. So for instance, I could maybe make this without path supports. So if I do this and I start messing with this. Let's grab this so we could. Now I don't have any path supports, so it's just levitating. Tunneling is going to tunnel through your terrain, so if we built a tunnel or a hill, we can path through it. So it made a tunnel. It also made some weird thing. But it'll do it. Curb on ground path. So the curb is all of this. All of this. And if we turn this off, so the edge is there. So now we don't have a curb. So curb and no curb. So railing on the ground. So if we have a queue here, there's no railing, but then obviously if we turn it on, now you have railing. Railing on elevated, so that would be this railing here. If we were to turn this off, Now we're taking our... I mean, do you want to fall down into those wild animals? Sure, go for it. Snap along barriers. So when we produce a barrier, what I noticed in my original playthrough is that if we have this, like so, and then we place this, it kind of snaps around. It's hard to explain, but once you feel it with your controls, and let me make this smaller. It just kind of snaps into place. You'll feel it when you're definitely playing. And so use T-junction when joining paths. I haven't really felt a difference. This is something that wasn't in the original Planet Coaster. Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay. So instead of doing that, it's always going to be squared off. That'd be handy. I could see someone. Yeah, so it just locks it into place. I can't do my magic. I can't do that. Cool. Last but not least, if you hold down Shift and scroll your mouse up, you now have elevated your platform. And if you hold down Shift and go down, I'm moving my mouse up on my mouse pad and down on my mouse pad. So you could say, I want to start here. And then go for it. That's a ton of paths. That is a ton of paths. Have any questions? Hit me up in the comments down below. I'll be streaming a crap ton of this game over there on Twitch. Until next time, my name is Ezilii. Stay awesome, stay amazing, don't let me drive you crazy, and most of all, enjoy the heck out of this game because I certainly have crammed in a ton of playtime on a very tight schedule. Thanks for watching.